All right,
You're
good evening,
live.
everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's edition of Things Nobody Told Me About Trading, other things about trading, basically. So, today we've decided to have one of the attendees of the first string class, I think February edition. He's someone who I respect his work, and I don't get to say that about so many people, but who I respect the work he has put in to grow himself as regards trading. So he's a okay. I'll allow him to introduce himself, but it's someone that currently trades about 3 accounts on a proprietary trading firm. So without much ado, let's welcome our guest for today, John.
Good evening,
John,
everybody. My
yeah.
so
So please
yes,
just go ahead, introduce yourself. Who are you? Let's get to meet you.
okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Femi John. Like Prof said, I'm an attendee of the SimplyPips fostering program, the February program to be precise. I got into trading sometime early 2018, and currently, thanks to the fostering program, Bishop and Prof, they've helped me. I've also done the required work, and I've been able to trade for a prop firm, which is one of the goals of the fostering program.
All right. Thank you so much. So, those of you who don't know, John is still a student. So, I'll probably just start off from that point of view. So, what has it been like trading as a student? Because I do know that you had to combine at least at some point, even writing exams with trading and all that. So, what was it? What has it been like trading as a student?
Okay. I'm a student of the University of Ibadan, Mechanical Engineering Department to be precise. And it's not easy combining trading with anything, not to talk of combining trading with something like being a student, which is a full-time job on its own. I can't say that I was able to perfectly divide up my time and give 50% to trading, 50% to school, and it was all easy for me. Uh, it's like I said, it's not easy, but I had to make a decision, and it was to sit down with myself and decide which one is more important to me and divide up my time in such a way that I'll give enough time to trading and also give enough time to school without allowing one to stop the other. So that's how I hope I have like a plan, the amount of hours I give to school every day, and then the remaining is mainly for trading.
Hmm, that's interesting. So I really like that part that you said that you had to sit down with yourself and come up with a plan of how you are going to divide up your time so that you don't allow any aspect of your life to suffer. So there's something that I believe every trader must learn how to do. You need to have a way to sit down with yourself, divide up your time, plan your time, how you are going to combine your trading with other things that you are doing. So, John, how did you get into trading?
Oh yeah, it, I won't say I stumbled on trading, and I will also say I stumbled on trading. I how what do I mean? In 2017, I got thinking that there are many people who make money online legitimately, and if they could do it, surely there must be a way for me to also do the same thing, work on my own, work for myself. Because as at the time I was working for someone and I didn't enjoy the experience, so I started searching. I went on Google. I typed in the usual how to make money online. Every result they brought out, I started following each of them one by one. I'll try my hands on this, see how it went, try my hands on this, see how it went, try my hands on that. And by January, February 2018, it got to the turn of Forex. So I tried affiliate marketing, tried that, SEO and all that. And when it got to the turn of Forex, it was the one that really struck a chord with me because of all the other ones I had tried, you had to like meet people, talk to people, build an audience, succeed before people really start looking up to you as an authority and things like that. But when it got to Forex, I just fell in love with it. Not because it was easy. In fact, it was daunting to me, but I saw that I had a high failure rate. And the people that eventually succeeded, they were few and very, very successful in the terms of the fact that it's difficult. The rewards are great when you succeed at it. So I was like, this is the one I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure I succeed at this.
Wow, wow. This actually resonates with me a lot because this was virtually my story. I remember back then in school, I did virtually the same thing. I tried what's this thing called? Bulk SMS. I think that was the very first online business I decided to do. Did bulk SMS, did the whole internet marketing, affiliate marketing. And like you mentioned, one of the issues I kept having was, having to go out, look for people, do this, do that. But with this, I saw something that, yeah, it's to a large extent, it all dependent on me. So it's for me that was the key for me. So for you, it was the race to rewards. So you actually liked the eventual goal, the eventual rewards that you would get if you eventually turned out successful. So, how was the journey? I know you've mentioned that it hasn't to be so easy, but what were those things that you probably did really consider? You seem someone from, knowing the fostering program and the way you normally present. You see, like someone who usually takes time to think, plan, so many things shouldn't catch you by surprise. But what were those things that really caught you by surprise? Maybe you didn't really see coming like that and stuff.
Uh yes. First things first is the sheer difficulty of succeeding. Is because when you get to know about trading, no matter how prudent or how humble the person that we usually get into forex trading from is, that they've been able to do this, they've been able to do that. Many of them will tell you that millions or thousands of other people doing it just at home, making this, making that, or maybe at the beach, making this, making that with their laptop, traveling the world, doing this, doing that.
Sipping coconut and wine.
I did not foresee the fact that it will be very difficult to actually get to a stage where you can even call yourself a consistently profitable trader. That was one of the things I didn't foresee. That shocked me. Another thing that shocked me was the kind of person I will have to become to actually be able to call myself a trader. Initially, I thought it was just about clicking a few buttons on the screen. You do this, you do that, and money pours in. I didn't consider the other aspects, the discipline involved in other parts of your life, and the way it affects your trading, the way you have to relate with your emotions when you lose, when you win, all of those things. And like again, the eventuality, the fact that it will take time to actually get to where I eventually want to get to. That will be something I'll just take a few months and you're already there with the millionaires of the world.
uh, that's always interesting. So, apart from the for apart from trading, I'm not just say forex. Apart from trading, do you do any other thing
Um,
like
Not
to earn
really,
income and stuff?
not really. There was a time I tried my hands on affiliate marketing while I was still learning how to trade. I did that for like 2 months, and that was it. For a long, long time, it has only been trading. Main source of income
Wow.
is trading.
Okay, so where did you get to hear about the fostering program? I'm a bit curious.
Yeah, another interesting story. So before I got in contact, before I even knew anything about SimplyPips, like I said, I started learning about Forex in 2018. So that I was following everybody everywhere. This mentor, register, watch his videos, attend the webinars. So one day I came across a course on Google, a link to a course that was hosted on Telegram, and it was BTMM course. So I think I came across that course around late July 2019. So I downloaded the BTMM course, started studying it. So joined the BTMM group. While I was there, I saw somebody talking about ICT, how it's better than BTMM, this, that, and
Mhm.
few. Around towards the end of August 2019, there I was learning ICT. So I I already abandoned my BTMM journey, flew to ICT. I was like, this will be a piece of cake. So many traders in many groups, all the day, every day in, day out, winning all their trades, always knowing the right thing to do, taking the right direction, brilliant entries. I was wild. Started learning, started downloading videos, watching, started. In fact, it was huge. I did that until June, early June, late May, early June 2020. So one of the things ICT talks about is institutional order flow. And truth be told, I never really saw a place where it actually taught it. So as at that late May 2020 stroke early June 2020, I had just almost concluded a backtesting project that I took on based on one of ICT strategies that I realized that wow, you don't really need to know everything. All you need is something that works, and over time you'll be fine.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I started thinking, what if I could learn this institutional order flow not from Michael, but from another person? So I searched on YouTube institutional order flow, and I stumbled on Bishop's videos, the
Wow.
playlist, institutional order flow, those 20 videos. Stumbled on them, downloaded all of them, joined the Telegram group. The exact date I joined the Telegram group was June 26, 2020, the Simply Pips Telegram group.
Wow.
Joined the group, watched those videos, watched them because I was, how do I describe it? It was like giving me candy. This was me, something I've been searching for a long time, and somebody is here just teaching it for free. You don't need to pay,
Wow.
and very, very educational, very, very easy to understand. So started learning it, joined the Simply Pips group. And I have a common practice when I join a group that is about trading. I have this practice of scrolling down to the beginning of the group and seeing the things they've discussed, trying to see if I can shift out gems that they've talked about. So I scrolled up to the beginning of that group, started reading the messages. That was where I saw your message about modified IOF, and Bishop also talking about it. Like, wow, what is this about? This is IOF. It's already easy. What is modified IOF? So continue reading the messages, and I saw where you both you and Bishop talked about a fostering program and the link to a separate group, like a waiting room for that program. So on July 1st, 2020, I joined that group, that waiting room. And since that day, I had it in mind to join the fostering program. In fact, if I had money, as at that time, I would have joined the fostering program immediately. But as things would be, it wasn't until February 2021 before I finally paid for the class.
Mm. Mm. That's actually a journey. It's been a journey. uh, all right. So um, you trade for a proprietary trading firm, right?
Yes, I do.
Um, which of them? So just for viewers,
The name of the firm I trade for now, the only one is my Forex funds.
okay. So what has it been like? What's the difference between trading your personal account and trading for a proprietary trading firm? What has been the what's the difference like? What has been the experience like?
Yeah. So let me start with the story of the first live account I would trade for myself. I think it was a cent account. I remember I deposited like $40, and as at that time there was nothing like risk management in my trading repertoire. There was nothing like that. So it was taking trades with 10 lots, 20 lots. When you see 2 pips, money is huge. You close it, and within few days I doubled the account. I was like, wow, yes,
Wow. It's
I'm
easy.
getting this. This trading what? I'm a master. I'm there already. Uh you know what happened? I blew the account.
No, it's inevitable. It's actually inevitable.
It's only now I can laugh about it because I was like, to me, I was doing everything right. I was confused. What's happening? So I blew the account. And like I said, it was while I was in the while I was still learning ICT that I heard about FTMO. As at that point, as at a particular time. So I learned about FTMO, learned about the importance of risk management, psychology, and I saw that okay, I will do my best to become the type of trader that trades for these prop firms because like, I'm a student. I certainly don't collect like huge money from home, and on my own, there is no way I would raise up uh $10,000 to fund a trading account or a live account.
Mm.
So it had always been my goal to become a trader that can trade successfully for these prop firms. And when I finally completed the fostering program, thankfully, you and Bishop did a lot. I mean, that was the main reason why I joined was to be able to become exactly the type of trader that can trade for these prop firms, really up to the psychology part, instilling things I didn't know about risk management into all of us and helping me, especially to be able to deal very well with my psychology. So I got the account. I Trading for a prop firm is quite different from trading your own account because there are rules and restrictions you have to follow, especially when it comes to risk management. Yes,
Mm.
they give you a large account, but they also give you strict rules to make sure that while you are performing, you are not also doing harm to yourself and to the account. You are not just taking trades without considering what you are risking. You are also caring about the downside while also trying your best to take care of the upside too. So the experience has been really good. In fact, I can testify to it that any trader that is not trading for a prop firm is, I don't know how to describe it because it's literally free money if you already become the type of trader that can trade successfully for them.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why we push so much for prop trading. But you see, many traders, I don't know, probably don't get it because many of them have actually not grown into the type of traders they need to become. And I thought this one of the best things that happened to me personally as a trader was that I started trading very, very early. I started focusing more on accounts that weren't personal to me. So it forced me to do a whole lot about risk management, dealing with myself, and so many things that I tell myself just made a whole lot of difference for me. And now we have prop firms out there who all you just basically need to do is to pass their challenge, and you are trading on their behalf. You are not worried about losses and all those things. All you are basically worried about is not violating any of the rules that you are given, and then while trying to grow the account. It's actually this is one of the best times to be a trader, if you ask me. So before I throw it open, I throw the line open to the audience to ask questions. We would like to invite Bishop. I'm sure he has one or two questions that he will want you to probably answer. So, Bishop, have any questions for our guests?
Thank you, Prof. So, John, I want to ask one question. I really need your sincere answer so people could learn from you. So, my perception of John as an educator, I am forced to go dig out new ways of beating the market. That's the work of an educator, especially an educator who understands that one system of trading doesn't cut it for everybody. Doesn't cut it for everybody. You need to find a way to help your audience by, perhaps recycling the same method, maybe like BTMM or institutional order flow, but branding them and breaking them into different forms, inside bars and the likes. But I noticed one thing about John is like the very first method he zoned into, he practically has stuck with it. So how do you do it? It's virtually in all of the webinars we would hold. So how do you do it? How do you stick to just one thing? And how does it help you?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. If you remember, I mentioned the fact that for a long period of time, I was learning, quote and unquote, ICT's method of trading. And I would not lie, during that whole period, by my evaluation at the end of that period, I had gotten nowhere. And the reason was because I will learn this one today and start applying it. Learn another one that seems better tomorrow, start applying it. Learn another one that seems better, start applying it. Towards the end of that period, I just told myself that I'll take one of it, just one method, and backtest it over 4 years. So I was doing like 10 hours a day from, I backtested like 8 pairs. I did all like very thorough backtesting. And after the whole period, I came to realize that why have I been jumping around? If only I had taken one, checked by backtesting to see if it has been working for a long time and if it will continue working based on the results it has given me in the past over different market conditions, there'll be no reason I would have gone very far. So I did the same thing with IOF, which you thought. I backtested it, and honestly, I was okay with what it gave me. And because I have the backtesting results, I see that this is a method that has been working for a long time. There's no reason for me to jump around. In my experience, jumping around only makes me a beginner every single time. So yeah, I have a method that works. Other people have other method that works. Is it possible that their method is better than mine? Probably. But am I okay with what my method is giving me? Very well, I am satisfied. If I'm going to do any other thing, everything I learn, I just try to see ways I can integrate it into what I already have to probably make it a little bit better, make it maybe 5% more accurate, maybe increase the win rate or increase the risk to reward ratio. But as for me, so long it has been working, and I'm very sure it will continue working as it has proved to me that it has been working since I learned it. There's no reason for me to switch. The work I put in into making sure that it works is what keeps me grounded. I know that this works, so there's no need to jump around.
All right, John, 2 more questions. But before then, I'd like to show the audience an Excel sheet that, because John mentioned backtest, and we talk about backtest. In fact, we brag about backtest in SimplyPips. We believe that you don't have to rely on someone else's words when it comes to a strategy. You need to experience the experience how the strategy works. So notice how he took time to go through certain pairs. And I'm sure this took him a lot of time. We'll have on this sheet, which is not an updated one, over 1 year data. At certain points here, you won't even understand what he's doing, but I'm sure he understands. Breaking it down, asymmetric summary and all the likes, going pair by pair, back testing them based on what we've taught, back testing each of them, then coming to trade by trade. I tell you, I don't understand what he did here, but obviously, as an engineer, he must have known what he was doing. He zoned down into 5 pairs. Notice the win rates are by standard of Telegram, YouTube, and Instagram. This win rate is mediocre, but those who know how to trade understand that it's not an issue of win rates. There are some strategies that have 99% win rate. For instance, if my take profit is 20 pips and my stop loss is 200, there's every likelihood I will have a 98% win rate. Every likelihood. But one losing trade will throw me off the balance. Right? So I'm just showing us that when he said back test, this is one person who can beat our chest in the SimplyPips team and say he actually took time to backtest. And when he got convinced that his methods work, there was no point going to bag another BA, which is begin again degree from another strategy. One more question from me. If I ask you to zone in into 1 or 2 important things you learned from the SimplyPips family, what would it be?
Number one thing is psychology. The way you react to losses, the way you react to wins, everything together. You cannot allow the market to destabilize you. You are losing, you start looking for another strategy. You are winning, you start over-risking. Psychology, managing my emotions when it comes to trading. That's very important. And also risk management. In fact, the SimplyPips hosting program is mainly about those 2 things. Even the strategies are not the main thing, but the psychology and the risk management, the 2 things that make or break a trader. Yeah, I learned a lot about those 2 from SimplyPips program.
All right, thank you, John. Prof.
All right. So at this moment, I want to, if there are questions from those that are with us on the Zoom, I want to take those questions. You can drop your questions now. I used to pride myself, when it comes to backtesting, I used to pride myself that, yeah, I too know how to backtest. But John humbled me, sincerely speaking. When I saw that his Excel sheet, I was like, what? Like, who does this? Who is this person? Who does something like this? Because I had never been, I was not that detailed. I'm usually the person that will anchor risk management. And of course, we'll talk about how to use the data from your back-tested results to frame up a trading plan that actually delivers a winning edge or a positive expectancy. But that was a whole different level. So I'm actually glad that we see people doing that. Okay, so let me quickly look through the charts. It says, what was the experience on your first funded account? Any back-to-back losses? How do you handle it?
Okay. So my first Profem account was a rapid account from my MFF, sorry. The experience was, how do I describe it? I was not new to the experience because there's a special package in the fostering program where we do a kind of competition. And that competition is, there's nothing like this, like the competition at all. You have to be in the fostering program. You have to experience it before you actually know what I'm saying. My guys, the people in the fostering group can testify to it. Eureka, Taiwo, Mama SimplyPips, everybody, anybody that has gone through the fostering program can tell you that the last part of it is the real part, because that way you get to trade like being a pro firm trader, and at the same time everybody will be seeing your results. It's a competition. So the account was not much different. The skills I learned, how to calculate my risk and all that, I just did what I had to do. I just risk normally, took my trades. Of course, there were back-to-back losses. I will not lie to myself. After the competition, the first FTMO trial account I did, I took 9 back-to-back losses.
Wow.
That was a very, very, how do I describe it? It was a very funny experience. At the same time, it was an experience that taught me a lot and also revealed a lot about how far I had gone. Because during the whole 9 losing trades, I could not believe that I was taking 9 losses and I was still coming back to the chart and saying, yes, I'm taking the next trade exactly the same way I've been taking it. And I'm still expecting.
Seriously. Like seriously, that is I don't think like less than 1% of all traders should be able to do that. Less than 1%. It's not even
It was
0.1%.
after the experience that he was coronated the priest now.
Yeah, the chief priest of the fostering program. Uh,
So yeah, back-to-back losses, they exist, they come. Case in point, this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was as if I offended the markets. But Thursday, it came and it override like everything from Monday to Wednesday was as if I didn't lose at all. It happens. If I show my equity curve for my Profem account, it's almost as if I always start with a downhill and then a certain period will come, I'll just go up and that will be it. So the losses come, and according to my backtested results, they are not to be avoided, because Bishop showed the win rate of my strategies. The best of them had maybe 47% win rate. So I'm prepared. 70%, 60% of the time I'll lose. Fine. I'm okay with it. When the wins come, they just come like that and they always override the losses. And at the end, I'm fine.
hmm. That's one of the things we always talk about. That is a big difference, a chasm of sorts between your win rates and your actual outcome, what we call the positive expectancy. This is something that many traders don't pay attention to. A lot of people focus on the win rates as against the bottom line. What we are really after is profits. That's the bottom line. Um, there are no more questions in the chat. Okay, someone says, what keeps you disciplined to follow your trading plan and not deviate in case of loss?
Okay. Two things actually. So the first one is what makes a profitable trader. What another thing that contributes to being profitable is, like I've been saying, being a trader. As a trader, discipline is quite important, and you build it while in front of your chart and while away from the chart. So when you're a disciplined person in life, you also be disciplined when you're trading, to follow your rules, do what you're supposed to do. And so I keep discipline in my normal life. I try my best to wake up early every day, 4:30 a.m. I try my best to exercise, bathe, wear clothes before the market opens. My morning routine kind of grinds me for the day so that I do what I need to do while I'm trading. That's one of the reasons. The second reason again goes back to backtesting. According to my backtested results, all I have to do is come to the market, take my trades, and let it do what it will do. I don't have the right to judge until the end of the month. And even at the end of the month, if it's a bad month, it's just one of those months. So my only job is to come and take trades. Like a banker that comes and start asking the customers whether they're bringing in small money or too much money. What's his business? He also collect the money and deposit it into the right account. My job too is just to come and take all my trades as they happen.
Wow, I love that analogy. Love that analogy. So the last question, our time is far gone. We need to begin to wrap up. So the last question there says, which of the Profem rules is most difficult to follow? Which one has been the most difficult to follow for you?
Oh yes, it's the daily drawdown rule.
Mm.
It was exactly that rule that made me dial down to 5 pairs, the best 5. So initially, when Bishop taught us the strategy, he taught us 8 pairs that the strategy works well on. I backtested for the 8. But I found out that quite too often there will be days when I will have a lot of signals, and because of I'm trading 8 pairs, some of them are correlated. They give trades that are around the same time. So I'm taking 6 trades. And if I'm taking 6 trades and my loss, my daily drawdown limit is 5%, I never want to take more than 4 losses any day, so that I will never go near the drawdown limit.
Yeah.
Yes. So
That's true.
I had to dial down and reduce my trades because it is important for me to not cherry pick. If I keep on trading 8 pairs and I say, this signal looks like it will lose, so I will avoid this one and just take this 4, leave the remaining 4. that will not be trading.
You're already distorting the data.
Exactly, I'm already interfering with the data. So that's, to me, that's the most difficult. And once you know, you like reduce the number of pairs, or like increase your entry time frame to maybe reduce the number of trades you take every day, you'll be fine.
Exactly. This is also one of the things we often talk about. I mentioned repeatedly that one of the things you must always pay attention to is the risk of ruin. And the risk of ruin basically says when you're going to violate. So if you're trading your own account, the risk of ruin means when you're going to blow your account. But when you're trading for prop firms, it basically points to things or conditions under which you would violate the rules of the respective prop firm you are trading for. And when you are trading for prop firms, that daily drawdown rule is actually one to pay attention to, especially for those of you who trade intraday and all those things. So for me, I had to just go to higher time frame, reduce the number of pairs I trade and all that. But this is only possible when you have taken our time to backtest. All right. So for those of you who are in the fostering class, I believe, or who have gone through the fostering program, I believe this is no issue. We've talked about the whole backtesting and all that. So thank you so much, John, Michael, for coming online this evening to have this session with us.
Pleasure.
All right. So next week, we are going to be hosting another attendee of the fostering program, someone who is trading over 200K for FTMO at the moment. And he'll also be telling us what his experience was in trading. He's a more mature man who is working and all those things. So we've heard someone, we've heard from the two of us, from I and Bishop, narrate our own experiences. Now we've heard from a relatively very young guy who is a student, I believe a final year student, if I'm not mistaken. And we are going to be hearing from a more mature person next week. So this is just to give us a balanced perspective of what the journey of trading is going to look like for several people. Before we round up, Bishop, any parting words? 300 level. Wow. Like, wow. 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 You started way, way, way early. Wow.
I like
This started very, very early.
Very, very early.
And that Excel sheet we've been talking about, John is on his way to become a multi-billionaire. Taiwo and other people can claim it, no problem. So my parting words for everyone is, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Right? In SimplyPips, we focus on how to make money. we massage, we look for something else to go and massage our ego with. We can go to our friend's house or anywhere and go argue over whether Chelsea should have won the Champions League or anything. You can go massage your ego anywhere, but not in the market. I can be buying today, and I remember, which day was it? I was taking a buy.
I mean, many days.
And John was taking his every day, and John was taking his sell. And he was buying. I said, "Are you sure you want to buy all that I'm selling?" And we both laughed over it because I might win today, win in quotes. That price goes my way, and I feel like the champion. But then tomorrow, it could be the other person who will win. So it's not so much of an issue of I know what price will do, right? So most people who try to seek ICT concept, I'm not berating the strategy. I'm still learning it on the ground somewhere. They try to pride in the fact that their chart is naked and that they know exactly what price will do before he does it.
Yeah.
But except I'm in a wrong forum. FTMO hasn't interviewed anybody, to the best of my knowledge, who happens to be an ICT trader. They are all retail traders trading
trend line,
so-called mundane things. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it turned out that even ICT traders understand that strategy, as it were, is just about 10 or 20%. So it's not an issue of that I am right. It is that what can I do repeatedly that will put pips in my P&L? And that's the pattern word I have for every one of you. Yeah, somebody is an ICT trader. They are very good, right? So, and he said he knows retailers that earn more than him. Seriously, I'm telling you the truth, my brother. One thing we do in SimplyPips is that we try to be open to one another. I am Prof. Why don't we show our faces and our background more often? I mean, I don't need to come show you a Lamborghini. In fact, I don't own a Lamborghini. I have only 2 cars and they are okay for me. And the reason why I have to is if one breaks down, I use the other. I mean, life is not about I'm in one place with bikini people and I'm popping a champagne at $100,000, and that is not what trading is all about.
How many real billionaires do you know that live that kind of lifestyle?
How many real billionaires? The owner of Facebook, I'm sure if you go to his dressing cupboard or wardrobe, you'll find the same T-shirt, about 1,000 of them or so.
Telling you.
The guy wears T-shirt all of the time, right? I mean, he puts on. So when we see people online, people saying they flip account, you flip accounts today and the next day you blow the account. What have you done? You are reinforcing bad trading mentality. So the issue here is I want to make money, not that I want to be right. So we'll stop here, and I want to thank John for agreeing to come online. Obviously, some persons would not want to, and I hope every one of us here has drawn inspiration from, yes, Ikechi of us say, from Mr. John. Thank you for drawing inspiration from Mr. John, and that you can do it even as a student or as a worker. Hopefully, very soon, we will be launching an online academy, the SimplyPips Online Academy, reaching out to students and everybody around. We enjoy you to join us, make noise. The YouTube page is less than 3,000. Why? Because we don't show big cars. Help us push, and let's meet our target of reaching out to 100,000 people. Have a wonderful evening. Prof, over to you.
All right, so we'll just round about here. We'll continue our session with the current prospering class later this evening and later this night, and we'll trust that they themselves also will get to that point where they are like Mr. John. Wow, I'm actually still wowed.